Hello out there, this is Desran, and welcome back to Let's Play Scratches. Alright then. uh, let's see here, where were we? Right, we were investigating this lovely office. Okay. And I wanted to hold off on reading this. Oh my. Actually, I realized one thing in the last part. I was a bit of an idiot. I should have realized the dates all had TH after them, so... Like in the case of 23rd? No, that was 13th. But either way, what do we have here? February 6th. The construction of the railway bridge is almost complete and went quite smoothly. It took longer than I expected, yet I wish it would have lasted longer. It will be very sad to leave South Africa. I've become so attached to it, its culture, its arts, over the past few months, that I can't help feeling as if it was already a part of me. I will surely return someday, soon hopefully, although I'm afraid there is a great deal of work to be taken care of back in old Britain. Fortunately, I made good friends here who were ecstatic about my new appreciation of their country. They have offered me some wonderful objects as a token of gratitude, which I have already crated and got ready to ship, along with many trinkets I bought myself. It looks like I'm about to start a very substantial collection. It's a good thing Catherine agreed to move into our new home, although I fear several renovations will have to be made, even more if I'm intending to start a serious new hobby. It seems I'll have to get back to work. John Patterson has just told me some natives are causing trouble. A very unfortunate thing, although I'm secretly rejoicing. February 12th. The natives won't leave. It's not like they're causing trouble, so much as they're unsettling our workers. The only complaint so far has been distraction. They just stand still between the trees staring at us, without blinking an eye. I've watched them for a few minutes and they truly seem like some tenebrous statues. At first it was just annoying, but lately it has become downright creepy. They seem to be stalking us. So it's not like they're hindering the construction, but there is a general uneasy feeling, as if they were about to jump at us at any moment. I think I will hire some protection as a measure of precaution. February 15th. Fascinating. I've been looking into these natives. They live in a nearby village and are a very small group, yet they seem to manage quite well. I had thought of them as quite an uncivilized tribe, but their movements are calculated, and one can perceive a sense of careful organization in their tasks. Oddly enough, they seem to be very brutish, and their aspect looks awful, although I couldn't take a good look at their facial features, as I followed one of them completely on my own, and it could have been dangerous getting any closer. Also, the village is poor and very rough, but some of the shacks leapt out as inviting or special. It made me very curious. I will try to come closer tomorrow. Well, this can't go well. February 16th. My second expedition to the village of the natives has been foiled by an unexpected problem at the bridge. I'm afraid it was due to a slight miscalculation on my part, an indication that I should be focusing more on the task at hand and put my sudden love for all African things aside for a moment. It was my fault, and I accept it. February 20th. They are at it again, lurking beyond the forest. It's amazing how they have changed our perception of the surroundings. At first we were delighted by the quiet nature of the place. Now we fear what horrors might be concealed in that dark and foreboding cloak of trees. The tops loom above us, overshadowing the bridge, and strange noises haunt our meals. Even the river, telling ungodly secrets. We could be, of course, a bit more sensitive towards distractions, but I can't help feeling the area has, in fact, become more sinister. And yet, I'm still looking forward to satisfying my curiosity about the tribe. February 24th. At last, I've found something more about the neighboring tribe. This is an incredible finding, and I just can't withhold my excitement. Some elders at the local town happened to know about them, but only through stories they heard. The most surprising thing is that the tribe was assumed to be extinct long ago, but according to my vague descriptions, the elders think that we could be dealing with a legend here. Everything they ever learned of them was during their childhood, when the tribe was stalking the town, much in the same way they have been stalking us. People used to call them Dalham. As such was the sound of screams heard echoing late in the night. Oh boy. They'd come out into the streets and see an evil glitter atop a hill in the distance. Some would say it was a fire, others the cursed spirit of an ancient god. Whatever it was, they say the bright light They say the bright light amid those fantastic screams was bone-chilling. The macabre scene would suddenly stop, just as it had begun out of nowhere, never to be seen again in days to come. Intervals between those horrible nights became longer and longer, until they soon faded into oblivion. The tribe apparently had retreated back into obscurity, until now. They were later known as the Dalmar, a rather more scientific name, although none of the people I spoke with could possibly remember its origin. I find it extremely surprising that nobody has ever heard about this tribe, with the exception of a few townspeople. They must be incredibly rare, and judging by the stories passed on from generations in the town, very old. Yeah, no, there's no way this can be good. February 27th. I will confess that I've become nearly obsessed with this strange tribe. I see them as the most prized goal of my appreciation towards all South African things, a dangerous yet irresistible reward. I feel as if they were my discovery. I simply have to study them before leaving. I fear I won't have the chance to ever again. It has become an important goal of mine, even more important than finishing the bridge. Ooh. Okay, yeah, you are obsessing, man. March 4th. Finally, I have managed to see them. My God, what a disturbing spectacle. When we arrived, they were moving around the village very slowly, without speaking or communicating with each other, each minding his or her own business, completely alien to the rest of the world. They were filthy looking, coarse and downright disgusting. I couldn't see any weapons, but they could have been stored somewhere. It was all very strange behavior in a tribe. They must be quite unique. Then, as if they had suddenly all become possessed by some wild spirit, they began shaking spasmodically and screaming like mad. Some of them dropped to their knees and lifted their heads to the sky, eyes blank, and moaning in an indescribable way. Two of them walked away, still in that monotonous and slow manner, and in great contrast to the rest of the scene, into a shack. The next minute, they brought out into the open an odd-looking mask. Its shapes, colors, and overall looks, while unsettling, were mesmerizing, and I felt instantly hypnotized by it. It rendered my modest collection of African curiosities into dull and uninteresting items. Uh-oh. No, man. The mask was very ominous, and the whole tribe seemed to greatly revere it. Soon they began to gather around it and move in circles, fluttering and chanting a guttural psalm. Judging by their motions and aspect of the whole ritual, it must have been some kind of war ritual. Holy crap. I'm not sure how to explain what happened next, as I feel my pulse is already throbbing. Words fail me to recount the most disturbing thing I've ever witnessed. One of the male villagers walked into the middle, near the mask, by his own will. It was an almost automatic act. All of a sudden, the remaining members became silent. I can't tell for how long it lasted, but I was afraid to breathe. I think Dalby and the others were also scared. They wouldn't even blink. I remember being soaked wet and expectant. The silence was so unnatural. Then a few members separated from the people, circling the mask, and, there's the music again, and jumped on the single villager, beating him to death. To be completely faithful to the event, the small crowd tore him apart. They grabbed his legs in 2s and 3s and twisted them in a manner I dare not describe. His face was disfigured with their bare fingernails and teeth, and the torso soon disappeared under the frenzied tangle of hands. In a matter of a few minutes, the villager was turned into a red sack of bones. Not one of the attackers had the compassion to snap his neck during the sickening process. All was very methodical, as if it was just another mundane task. Dear God, ugh. The most horrifying aspect, though, was that the victim didn't even cringe. The silence was so deep, I could hear his flesh ripping. I would expect any living creature to scream its guts out in such a condition. I can't tell whether he was drugged or half asleep, but I did recognize him dancing like everybody else before walking into the middle of the circle. It was the most outrageous and sadistic sacrifice I've ever heard of. I don't think I will ever forget what I saw. My intentions of approaching further, even if they didn't have any weapons at hand, vanished. These creatures, I dare not call them human beings, could have killed my whole company in the blink of an eye with their rage. They seemed to be completely out of themselves and willing to destroy anything intruding into their path. Jeez. While the images of the sacrifice still haunt my thought, I still can't seem to forget that mask. It was so deceptive, so deceptively simple, and yet perfect in its design. I haven't seen anything like it. I surely would love to take a better look. I feel the Dalmar, dangerous as they are, could be the most important ethnical finding in decades. What I've seen today is crying for some further investigation. I just can't leave them like that. I would never forgive myself. And the mask. That mask. I was ecstatic after reading the journal. The material was incredible. Holy crap, man. I get the feeling this guy did something wrong. I intended to brighten up the whole place, but to my surprise, the lights wouldn't work. Well, let's continue taking a quick look around. Dining room. Okay. What do we got here? Ooh, little drinky. JB, my favorite. I wonder why it keeps reminding me of Falling Darkness. I couldn't decide what was more impressive, the incredible collection of books in the study, or the amount of booze in the dining room. Oh, wait. No? Nothing there? Okay. Couple of plants. I guess that's what happens when you don't water the plants for a long time. Makes sense. What here? It was just some useless junk. It was just some useless junk. Oh. Alright. A generic standard lamp. Still, it was elegant and tasteful. You say so? The place was full of exquisite, albeit aged candelabras. Another portrait. Is this open? Ooh. Tablecloths, napkins. That certainly isn't my thing. Oh, so you're a pig? Is that what you're saying? Do you use tablecloth or napkins? Jeez. Huh. Okay, yeah. I shouldn't be... Yeah. Still, I find it odd. How can that not be your thing? Everyone uses, like, a tablecloth, napkins. What's in here? Stairs. A couple of pots. Several vases of African craftsmen were standing against the west window. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Didn't really seem to do anything. More pictures. Just in case, I tried again, but there was still no power. Okay, so we don't have power. Well, that's great. Then again, we are kind of out in the middle of the woods, practically. A generic standard lamp. Still, it was elegant and tasteful. Alright. The drawer was stuck beyond hope. So a lot of things we can't do. Let's take a look in the kitchen. What do we got here? Nothing, nothing, nothing. There were plenty of kitchen utensils in the house ready to be used. Well, that's good. Okay. What do we got down here? The door to the oven was firmly stuck in place. Okay. So back door. Can't open any of this. Oh, what do we got here? There were plenty of kitchen utensils in the house ready to be... Oh, okay. Nothing different? Okay. Gotcha. No, we don't need to go outside. What's here? Apparently the water wasn't running. Oh, great. Great purchase. There's no working water, and there's no working, Whoa! Okay. Why did we take a knife? I was carefully holding a sharp butcher's knife. Okay, then. Ooh. What's this little thing? Pepper grinder? Coffee grinder? Oh. Some kind of grinder. It's a nice rustic old-fashioned grinder. Oh. Look at that. The grinder was open waiting for anything to be tossed inside to test its blades. Let's just close that up. Countless jars and cans adorned the kitchen. Any specific one that stands out? No? No? Oh, wait, what? Oh, no, that was just hand moving off of that. No. Still nothing. Key holder, except there weren't any keys hanging from it. Just an ordinary little table. Ooh. The door to what I assumed was the basement was locked. Here we go. Locked doors. Whoa, wait, what? Ugh. The interior of the refrigerator was begging for some serious cleaning, not to mention a powerful disinfectant. Yeah, I don't blame you, dear. Okay. I'd say this is long enough for the moment. Most of this was taken up by reading that journal. I'll stop here for now before we enter this next room. And I hope you'll all continue with me. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more. If you have any suggestions for other subscribe if you want to see more, and certainly share it with anyone else you think might enjoy it. If you have any suggestions for other games or on how I can improve my Let's Plays, please leave them in the comments below, or you can leave a comment on Facebook or Twitter. I have links on my channel banner above. Any constructive criticism would be greatly appreciated. Like with the first part, a few people mentioned the sound was a bit high, so hopefully I've dealt with that. And in the next part, we'll continue our exploration of the house. We'll we'll just take a thorough look around before getting down to the business of writing horror stories. Until then, though, this is Deseran. You guys have a great day, and I'll see ya.